Hey everyone, this is Rashonda Blackman, creator of Justsuminspiration for the mind, body, and soul. So this is another Wednesday's Word video. I know you probably thought that I was done with them, but I just realized that when I was posting in July that, hey, maybe I could do this once a month. So we'll just see how it goes for right now. But because I know me, I don't want to commit and say I'm going to do something every week because I know how my life works, and then it not happen. So for right now, I'm just doing Wednesday words once a month, just for right now. And so hopefully you like the videos. Don't forget to subscribe. So if you're looking at this video from my blog, then please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, and also hit that notification button, which will let you know every time I post a new video. If you're watching this video from YouTube, then subscribe. So hit the subscribe button, but also hit the notification button so you'll know every time I post a new video. So again, my name is Rashonda Blackman. I'm a blogger, motivational speaker, soon to be children's book author, which will be coming your way in September next month. So I'll have a little more information about that as time gets closer. So just be on the lookout. My job and my purpose in life is just to uplift and encourage people. I am an encourager. So that's what I try to do through blogging. I try to turn my pain into purpose, and that's basically what I do. I just turn pain into purpose. Anything that I've experienced or I've gone through, that I'm not going to say that God took me through because there are a lot of things that I took myself through, a whole lot of things. And I've had a lot of experiences from those walks on my own, if you get my drift. So that's basically what I do. So I talk about those. So I take that pain and I turn it into my purpose, and hopefully it helps other people. So I know you're probably wondering what this Wednesday's Word is about. And the title of this Wednesday's Word is Blame It on Me. Blame it on me. Some of us, I know, we don't like to take the blame for anything. I know personally, I don't. I don't like to be blamed for nothing, especially if I didn't have anything to do with it or whatever. But sometimes in life, we're going to take the blame, even if it's not our fault. And so I wanted to talk about that because I got to thinking one day about a relationship that I was in a couple of years ago. And the relationship was nice. It started out great, as all relationships do. But it started out great. He was great. I thought he was the one, and just thought things was, thought we were going to get married and all that good stuff. Well, as time went on, God began to deal with me. I'm going to tell you something. When you begin to put God in your situation and in your business, or as my apostle says, and you know, in your dealings, you allow God to come into your life, and you tell him, hey God, tell me about this. Tell me about this person in my life. Tell me about this job. Tell me about these friends and all this stuff. Tell me about what I'm doing. Am I doing something right? Am I doing it wrong? Once you invite God into your space, things change. Things change. And that's what happened. I invited God into that relationship. Didn't do it in the beginning, but I invited him in, as the relationship progressed. And I'm like, okay, God, tell me, is this the person for me? Is this, the relationship that you have ordained? Is this relationship a part of your will? And, as time went on, God didn't answer me right away, but eventually I started seeing some stuff, within him. I started to change, and I just began to really see the relationship for what it really was. Because sometimes we get into relationships, whether it's a friendship or a relationship that you're looking to take to the next level, we see things with the natural eye. We see what we want to see. But in the spirit, when you allow God to come in and begin to deal with you about that relationship or that person, then you begin to see not only yourself, but you begin to see them. And then, see, okay, God, is this what you really wanted? You'll know if it's what God really wanted. But in that relationship, things just took a turn. And we ended up splitting apart. He was very obsessive, very possessive person, but things began to take a toll. And I was like, okay, this isn't God. It started out good, but it's not God. And I ended up leaving the relationship. Well, when I left the relationship, he began to talk to his friends, his family, and things of that nature. And they began to put things in his head like, I cheated, or I was cheating on him, or I was doing this, or I was doing that, and whatever. And I have to admit, there have been some relationships in the past that I have stayed in, even friendships, because I didn't want to leave because I was afraid of what that person would say about me, or I was afraid that my name would get scarred. And so in the midst of trying to leave the relationship, I was trying to leave, but I was at the same time, I was wanting my name to stay good, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I was wanting to keep a good name, and, I didn't want nobody to say nothing bad about me or say that this was my fault or whatever. But yeah, so they began to fill his head up with stuff. And you'll know when people are talking, because I just happened to be in the store one day and ran into somebody that, that was a part of his family. And the way they looked at me, let me know this was a person that, was talking, when we were together, they talked to me, they, laughed and this and that and that and this, but all of a sudden now we're not together. And now I was getting like a side eye, like a nasty side eye, like they were looking at me like, whatever, and I'm like, I didn't even do anything. And things like that, bothers me, because I'm like, okay, I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything. We just had a difference of opinion. The relationship just didn't go the way that I had planned, for it to go. But, when you get other people inside your relationship and they get to talking and filling your head with things, and then you begin to believe it and whatever. And then sometimes people say things just to make themselves look good. I was in some friendships like that, again, allow God to come into the friendship, asking God to, reveal me and reveal some things to me. And, some things, the relationships just didn't end well, and so it caused people, no telling what that person go back and say, or how they say, or how they make things look, or how they, how they make things look, or how things are perceived. But it's just like, it just ends bad, but you end up looking bad for it. But what I want to say is, a lot of times we're not going to be able to get out of relationships. Sometimes friendships, relationships with a clean name. Sometimes you have to say, just blame it on me. And Michele has a song, and hopefully I don't get criticized by the Christians for this, but Michele has a song that says, blame it on me. And honestly, it is a powerful song. And I might play some of it, or you might be hearing some of it in the background, but it says, I'm a word person, so I'm big on words and whatever. I understand beats, but it's the words that really mean something to me. I like to listen to the words. What is the song really saying? The lyrics to that song is, sometimes you can work it out. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes leaving is easy. Sometimes it ain't. But basically she goes on to say, you can say whatever you like. As long as we say goodbye. Basically, blame it on me. Say it's my fault. Say I'm a liar, a cheater. Say anything that you want, as long as it's over. And in some relationships that I've had, and that's just how it had to be. Just blame it on me. Okay. Say it was my fault. Say I cheated on you. Say she wasn't a good friend. Say, she was this, she was that. Whatever it is you want to say, just say it. As long as you can say, as long as we both can say that this relationship is over. And that's it for me. And I've had to settle with that. Okay, blame it on me. And, sometimes it don't always feel good, because we all want a good name, and we all want our name to, we don't want nothing negative to be attached to our name. But I just want you to know that sometimes in life, some negativity will be attached to your name. And it's not what people say, but it's you moving forward and doing something differently than what they're saying. I know I've had to do that with some jobs. Maybe I didn't do what people wanted me to do, or I didn't say what people wanted me to say, or I didn't act the way people wanted me to act. And because I didn't conform to that, then I left and my name was scarred because of that. But I had to learn that it wasn't what they said. It's, my attitude and how I carry myself in the next place going forward. And that's what I want you to know today. It doesn't matter what people say. And then I thought about it one day and I'm like, you know what? Hey, they blamed a lot of stuff on Jesus. He was blameless. He didn't do anything. But yet people said he was this, he was that, he was this, whatever, and he threw himself under the bus. Just to save us. It didn't matter what people called him. He could have said, well, you know what? Y'all talking about me. Y'all got this to say. I'm not going down no cross. I'm not doing nothing. He could have been in his feelings like that, but he wasn't. Regardless of what people said about him, he threw himself under the bus. And he did what he had to do. And look at us today. And I thank God. Thank you, Jesus, for dying for me. Despite of your emotions, despite of what people were saying, So what I'm saying is just move forward. I know it's not easy when people say things about you and people scar your name and all that stuff. But hey, it's going to happen. If it happened to the Savior of the world, then it will happen to us too. It's not about what they say. If you don't remember nothing else in this rambling video, it's not about what they say. It's about your attitude going forward. Either you can make them to tell the truth, or you can make them out of a lie. And I choose to make them out of a lie. And I'm still making them out of a lie. So if I'm making them out of a lie, you could make them out of a lie too. So that's it for this Wednesday's word. Hey, sometimes you got to say blame it on me and just let the chips fall where they may. Hey, again, it's not what they say. It's what you do moving forward. So say blame it on me. Let that relationship go. If it's toxic, let it go. Leave it alone and just move forward. Just move forward. There's better forward. People are going to talk regardless. I mean, that's just the nature of life. People are going to talk. You can't help that. Your name ain't going to always, you're not going to always get out with a clean slate. But say blame it on me, move forward, and keep it, hey, it is what it is, right? So I thank you for listening to this Wednesday's Word. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Again, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. And until next time, remember to look up, look around, and look within, because there really is positivity everywhere. I promise you. So until next time, this is Rashonda Blackman, creator of Just Some Inspiration for the Mind, Body, and Soul. I'll see you in the blogs. Bye.